Hello, I'm Grismo. So this is the simplest way how I color and shade my anime drawing. It's quite different from this piece, but it's much more beginner friendly. Now I won't be showing how I sketched and drew the line art, as that takes some planning and a lot of trial and errors to get exactly how I want the illustration to look. So that deserves a video on its own. And just a disclaimer, I am not the best artist out here, and my advices may not be as efficient, but it's how I do it. Well, with that being said, on to the tutorial. So first of all, I created layers under my line art and fill all of those base colors that I need. The base colors that I created layers for was the skin, sweater, hair, and horns. To make the coloring much faster, I used a polygon selection tool and closed in the shape I wanted to be selected. The next thing I did was create a new layer and clipped it on top of the sweater layer and filled in the color of the stripes of the shirt, as it's one of the most important detail here in this Minecraft skin. After filling in the base colors, I cleaned some of the lines from the line art and colors that are poking out of the character's silhouette. Then I created a new clipping layer for the skin and started painting the shadows of it. I usually pick a darker tone but in a different hue for the shadows and a light red tone close to the color of the skin for the blush to make it feel alive and warm. When painting in the shadow, I tend to imagine where the source of the light is coming from, and in this case, the light is coming from the left side of his face, thus creating shadow on his right. So here, I created a new layer for his eyes and filled in the basic colors that it needs. I also airbrushed a lighter color on it and created this glowing effect. For the sweater, I did exactly how I painted the shadows for the skin, but here I used a similar color of the sweater he is wearing and made it a bit darker. I also added this grainy dotted brush, so it would give that soft texture of the sweater. Moving to the hair, I airbrushed a darker tone on the bottom and a lighter tone for the top, and used a rectangle brush, set it on a low opacity, and basically brushed like how the flow of the hair will go. This is how I normally paint the texture of the hair, overlaying the different strokes of the brush pressure it creates and makes chunks of strands of the hair full and thick. I did the same with the horns, but every segment of it I added a bit of shadow on each line, creating that small depth I'm looking for. The last is my favorite part in making this art and any art that I do, and that would be detailing. Here I made the line art a bit red and tuned it down, and after that I drew thin lines of hair strands and tried it in different shades of the hair color. I also adjusted the color, shade, and the tone of the sweater and everything else. Next I added highlights on the eyes, skin, and horns. And finally adding a layer that is set to dodge for that bit of magical lighting. Well, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, hit that like button and subscribe for more. See ya!